Okay. Guys, we'll do one more while we start our game. So guys, today we are here with Vortix and our wonderful, wonderful Wham. Not the same person as Whamin, but still a Wham nonetheless. And we can respect the Wham, because Wham is just a Chad pumper in this case. So in our situation, we can now see that HRE versus Malian's coming out. And as we know, HRE, wonderful Civ. Malian's, wonderful Civ. However, Malian's has been a little bit cheesy recently. Don't worry, guys. We'll turn off the application right after this last battle when we have our... No, if I win the next battle, that's busted. I don't know. I'm definitely going down. Ink Potato Monster taking me down. And Ink Potato Monster looks like he will be the champion this round that he could not be in the previous one. We are casting 2 games at the same time. Everything is going well, and I need to turn off my WhatsApp, otherwise you guys are going to hear that sound the whole time. Okay, now guys, Wham, HRE. As we said, an HRE is a wonderful Civ, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of early pressure. Now, I did not expect to see Spearman coming out this early, but I assume it's just to make sure that he can get these down. Because as we know from our Lord and Savior Ilalu players, we know that Ilalu boys, they snowball. And with HRE, you have to keep them at bay. This guy is floating. He's decided that he is not just going to walk, he's rather going to float. And let me move my face so I'm not in the way. So guys, I will adjust the rewards soon enough, I promise. I just haven't figured out the application too well just yet. So the Spearman coming out, Spearman is going to make that house quiver out of fear. But yes, another one. Another one. Now, we see the Spearman coming in at the speed of light. They will be burning down houses. And Malians, he will be in fear. Now, the one thing that we're going to see now, if Malians is actually going to trade, because HRE is pretty good at shutting down trade because of their very strong feudal and the fact that you can't kill men-at-arms. I think that it's going to be a tough one if Vortix decides to go for trade, but Malians has so many choices at this moment as well. So, Beastie already won the first match against Recon. That is very shocking. That is amazing to hear. Okay, now we do see the Salazami landmark, which is basically at the back. I watched the stream earlier and he made his landmark at the back here. Because for some reason that was the play. But I'm assuming it's so you can protect a few of the houses. And the problem is it doesn't protect you against archers. So if Wham does come here with archers, he will be able to disrupt the gold mining completely. So, yes. And let me just switch off the application unless you guys really enjoy the spam. It is quite interactive, isn't it? We'll figure out the balance between them soon enough. Until then, normal stream. We're not watching Beastie for this game. We will be doing him the next one because right now he's on EGC TV. Now, as we can see, now guys, again, this is the noob cast where we break things down to the noobs. So he's not wasting his resources on fighting this little house that's burning already. He's trying to light these houses on fire because they're going to go down naturally. The moment they go on fire, as you can see, the health disappears by itself. So basically, he doesn't invest too much into getting the houses down. As we can see, he wants to keep these spearmen safe, and he wants to burn down as much as he can. But now, we see Vortix is H2, and Wham is not. But Wham is going to follow really quickly. As we can see, he has quite a lot on gold. He's trying to get to the next stage. However, they're not inspired. That's why he had to send so many as well, because he would be quite behind in any other case. Now, the fact that he went Sahara Trade Network is something... I mean, Malians is very versatile. We've been seeing a lot of people go for Trade Network, where they actually start trading. Because with Malians, when people get past this thing, they get tax. As well as the fact that you get extra food, which is very nice. The other landmark just gives you stone and gold as a passive income as well. So, I'm just surprised Beastie beat Recon that quickly. Recon was in Salazami's chat earlier. And he asked me, am I ready to see Beastie get beaten? And I was like, why? Is someone going to play on your account? So we do see that Wham is going to go for the 2 TC, and the fact that he's moving his prelate all the way here, he's getting all the stone, and then he's going to go down onto the wood, tells us that he knows he needs to respect the Malians, because Malians, the power spike in feudal, especially with the fact that they can go 1 TC, they don't need to go 2 TC, and still do a lot of damage. We've been seeing this with Slazami and Recon especially. They've been showing that they can just make a bunch of scouts, and that's exactly what's happening here. They're making scouts. Now, Wham is aware of this build. He knows that there's a scout build right now, because the scouts are destroying the villages. Warrior scouts have 7 attack, while normal scouts have 1. So, as you can imagine, they slap 7 times as hard. Hexos, ASMR, we will be changing to ASMR. So guys, as we can see, those spearmen are going, and they are slapping this guy down. But luckily for him, the scouts get out. And what do we know about scouts? Scouts regenerate. They regenerate way too quickly. So these boys, they're going to take a beating, but they will not die. And now, mouse ASMR. Wonderful. As they go forward, they will be harassing, and they're almost back to half HP yet again. Very, very nice. Now we know that this is just going to keep producing scouts, and this is going to be a very tough game for Wham to defend if he doesn't get his 2 TC up really quickly. He needs to get his production, and he needs to start killing scouts. The fact that he just tickled them a little bit doesn't mean that he's safe. Those scouts are going to come in hard, and they're going to make his life a living hell. Once they get into these little nooks and crannies, and they should be able to shut down everything against the Arcane Chapel, because they're scouts and they're very, very fast. So this is going to make it quite hard for him to defend. However, the second TC is coming up. He's trying to secure that second food source, which is very important for HRE, because if you don't have the food, you die. Or mouse. Okay, so in our case, we are on the side of Vortix winning. Now, the reason for that is Wham. Okay, we are on the side, bias statement coming in. Beastie needs to qualify still. Vortix, he's qualified. He's destroyed his pathway through. He's second highest on points, or highest on points. I need to check that. But in our case, we know that Beastie still needs to qualify. And in order to do that, Wham is one of the people that shouldn't qualify. So in my case, I should be rooting for Vortix, because Vortix is already there and he needs to knock Wham down. However, I like Wham. So, Wham, the fact that you're playing HRE, I'm rooting for you, brother. I'm rooting for you. I really hope the 2TC HRE works out. So, yeah. I see in the chat, yes, definitely. So Papi Paw and Wham need to lose badly if Beastie wants to qualify. So it's still anyone's game to qualify. If any of those players do really well this round, they could qualify. So, Wham, what will you be doing? Wham says, I'm just gonna scout, but I will lose my scout, because why not? So this is gonna start to snowball a little bit. The trade has come out, as we said earlier. But like I said, HRE does have a very strong feudal, and the fact that he went to CC means that we are about to see a lot of units coming out and a lot of units going onto the trade. The problem is, one trader brings you 79 gold. So, 79 gold, 79 gold. And traders are also very cheap. So the fact that you're paying 60-60, you just need to do 2 trips and you've got your gold back. Right now, Vortix is sitting back, trading a little bit, trying to snipe down these. Oof. And he gets a few. He's going to get 2, isn't he? Oh no, they run away. They get out unscathed, except for the one dead, unfortunately. Rest in pieces. So 2TC will start to snowball though. So, because he's getting double the villager production, even though Vortix is ahead right now in villagers, it's also because some of them are traders. So if we look at these markets, we can see that he has a lot of markets producing, and he has 7 traders. So this means he's on 33 villagers and 7 traders. Is he going to shut down anything? Those archers are being microed perfectly. And we can see the sofas. They're not that scared of spearmen right now. Oof, it looks like Vortix is going to clean this up already. Vortix not scared at all. He's just like breaking down the chains. He's, dead. And dead. Dead. He's picking off these, and even with Wham's double TC, is he going to be able to keep up with this production? He cannot keep losing units like this. He needs to find a way to kill these archers, kill these sofas, And right now, there is no good answer against these guys. This tower will eventually come up, and this is going to protect the traders as well. So now our trades are going to start becoming a lot more powerful, just because the gold is going to ramp up. And Vortix has this free gold income. Now, I want you guys to notice here, if we look at the gold, or look at the price, what we can see is the fact that it's not 130, 100 tells us that he already bought wood. And this is something that we've been seeing from a lot of Malian players. They actually just go straight for the market, they start trading, and they buy the resources they need. So you can see he's heavy on the gold as well. He doesn't need this much gold, but he's getting all the gold in the world because he can just buy the resources that he needs. The tower will come up. This means that the traders will get that extra income as well. And Wham is just losing units. Wham is not sure how to deal with this at all. Yeah, Wham. So the reason he puts the market here, just for people who don't know trading, even though I don't know trading that well either, but as we can see, what's happening here, the further you trade, the more resources you get. So you want to put the market as far as possible. This is an okay placement because you have control of the side. You have the trees to make sure that this is not too open. But it's obviously you would get more gold if it was here, but it would be basically next to his base. You don't want to go too risky. You need to balance the thing between risk and reward. So that's what's happening here. Let me just make my face a little bit smaller. I'm taking half the screen. My face isn't that beautiful. Now, we do see the blacksmith is coming out from Vortix, which means that Vortix is enjoying his trade. He's having a good time, and he's going to take down. He's going to take down our HRE player, because unfortunately the food just ran out, and we can see here now HRE needs to do what they need to do. They need to go deal with the boar. So in his case, he doesn't have the food, he doesn't have the wood eco to sustain all the farms just yet, because he's had to make units. Now this is a good fight from him. Let's see if he's going to get a few valuable pickups. He does get a few. Ooh, if he gets another trader as well. It does do damage, it does cause some idle time, but again, trading is just so strong right now that he's just going to sit back and be like, okay, let me do another round of trading, and we recovered. It's good. Let's go see if he bought anything else. And now we see the price increased. 150, 158 gold for 100 wood. So he is spending an immense amount of wood because the wood, or an immense amount of gold, because the gold right now is safe. He can easily mine gold from here. He's getting a ton of gold from these traders as well. So he's just buying all the resources he needs. As we can see, these guys just picking up what they can. The horse is coming in again. Are they going to pick up some more? They might get another trader. Oh, they get it. Oh, they do not get that trader. These traders are a little bit low though. Oh, they pick up another one, but he is losing units in the process as well. He gets one trader only. I think that needed to do a little bit more damage. You are investing quite a lot into that. And this, he's also trying to shut it down. He's also trying to shut it down here, but it's not really that easy. Especially with the tall outpost right here, or the tower right here, just protecting all these. And they deliver. Look at that, deliver. Ooh, that is just so much gold. And he's going to be spending that gold. Now, as we can see, he spent that gold. He just bought something else. He bought food. He bought wood. Again, now the price has increased again. That means he has been buying a lot of it. Let's see. No stone just yet. No second TC. Now, Wham knows. He knows he needs to do something. And he's going to try and get some damage. But honestly, Vortix is really active with his scouts. He knows exactly where Wham's army is at all times. Although the spearmen might be sneaking in. And spearmen, they can deal with sofas. Not too well, but well enough. Instead of going for the traders, he says, I'm just going to burn down the market. Because then you need to send all your resources and burn this down. Oof. And he gets a lot of sofas. But it does cost him a lot. This is going to stop trade for now as well. And he will lose a significant amount of horsemen. But it does stop trade. Just for a few seconds, and a few seconds is enough. That's all he needs right now. These guys are just running between each other, getting absolutely nothing. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And we can see the villagers are back in action, getting this thing up again, just to make sure that they keep their trade. He's using this wood line just to make sure that he is protecting it. Okay. Untitled, I need to update the score. That's a very good point. I will do that now. Right now, this is 0-0. Let me actually change that. Let me go find the Nightbot command. Nightbot. Okay. And at the same time, Wham is going back into the trade. But look at all these traders. And now they are clumped up. So if there's a way for Wham to shut this down, now would be the time. Just because he would be able to dive on top of a lot of them. But he is not taking that opportunity, unfortunately. So not today, good sir. Not today. Let me just quickly adjust the score. Give me 1 second. So it is Wham. Oh. Wham. Oh, no, come on. Wham 0 and Vortix up. Oh, goodness, guys, I'm so sorry. This is a very high quality production team, as you guys can see. I'm working very hard to keep this #1 production. Oh, look at all those traders. They're about to turn in and I lost vision. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that gold increase. Look at that. Oof. Now, what he could do is he could just age up. He could buy food and age up. Or he could just buy food and make units. So this is the situation that Vortix is in. Look at that. You can't shut this down. The fact, even if you lose a bunch of traders, like he is now, it's too late. He's trying to stop this one from delivering. And he does. At least he gets that one. But right now, that's just too many traders. These guys aren't dying fast enough, and they are going to be delivering a very painful blow. So Vortix, what's your game plan? He's buying, he's buying, he's buying, he's going to age up. And the Forimba comes out. So Vortix decides it's time to go into castle. Wham! He's still stuck in feudal. And right now, that goat, I know it's not a goat, I know it's a boar, it's running out. And that is going to be very difficult for Wham. He needs to start getting more farms up. He just doesn't have the resources to do this right now. He's following up. He did scout this. Make sure that he's following up. He's getting the weakness, and he's going to try and get those relics as soon as possible so that he can get the free gold and stay in this game. Because honestly, this is some scary income. Look again. All these guys are locked, loaded, and... Ooh. These guys are stuck. They are stuck, brothers. I think Vortix... Oh, no, Vortix. I think you... Oh, no. Vortix forgot about these guys. He was like, actually, I don't want too much trade. I'd rather just keep the game even. So he's just allowing Wham to kill a few of these by leaving them at the back. Not that they were doing anything, but he might also now notice. Oh, I should probably move these guys. Is he going to notice? Is he going to notice? Not today. But look at that armor. They're barely taking any damage from the horsemen. The horsemen are really trying their best, but they can't even kill a trader. Apparently, traders counter horsemen. Look at these guys. That is 10 traders. Imagine you idled 10 villagers. This is just insane. Look at those resources. Look at how it's about to explode. And we are delivering. Yes. These poor horsemen looking at the trade can't stop it because they're not made of tanks. They don't explode. So, we see that these resources are being used. Okay, he's definitely using his resources effectively. And they're just delivering and delivering. Look at that income. 2,000, 2,100 gold per minute. 2,200. Is he going to reach 2,300? Almost 2,300. Oh my goodness. That is a big bustin' trade route. Hot damn. This is rough. And now the Donzos are coming out as well, and Wham is going to struggle. He is really going to be in a tough situation with this. I don't know if he's going to be able to work with this. His boar is running out as well. Boar's dead. Now, what are you going to do with your villagers? Your deer running out as well. You don't have the farm economy set up already. You are going to be in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have the wood to make this right now. So Wham is starving. He doesn't have any food. He's trying to get more wood so that he can make more farms. But this is definitely a difficult situation for Wham. He does have the relics. That's good for him. But the relics, I don't know if you guys know this, but relics they are not good for feeding people. So people can't chew on gold. So unfortunately, it is going to be still very tough for Wham to take this win. So we see these guys locked and loaded yet again. They are ready to deliver. And all these boys... These guys getting in, trying to get a few villages down, but honestly, this is going to be a very sad encounter. Even if they kill that one, which is all the damage they could find, even if they get in there, they would just get 2 traders, and Right now, I would be spiraling if I was Wham. They're trying to shut down the villages because at some point, trading is going to get very expensive. And I think that's what Wham is waiting for. He's like, okay, at some point he's going to have to get a lot more traders than he needs villagers. And maybe I have a shot. The army is gathering though. And this is a pretty scary army. They have upgrades, but luckily from both sides. So, where's Beastie? He's on EGC TV's channel right now. So, oh god, look at this. Guys, gold per minute. We will switch over the moment there's a fight. Oh god, there's going to be a fight, and it's going to be painful. He gets a villager, and he's going to get a lot more. These dancers are charging in. The archers are doing a lot of work, and these horses are quite scared to go in, but Vortix is very confident. I don't think he realizes this is pretty much an even fight, but he's losing quite a lot of units. What are you doing, Vortix? Are you just gonna suicide some units? He's like, don't worry about it. I've got 2,300 gold per minute. I'm just gonna make more units. So, Wham, though, he does clean up. That's nice on Wham. Wham has a shot here to go and counterattack for a little while. Because of the income, and we see the delivery is... Okay, the delivery just delivered. So, soon after, let's see. Whamenqt, oof, Whamenqt cleaning up. Hot damn Whamenqt. But these villagers, they are not sure what to do. They are a little bit stressed. They are very, very stressed. This Donzo telling Wham, back off. You cannot have all of these. Right now, it feels like Wham is ahead in numbers, but he is still very stressed. Oh gosh, the villagers are running into their death as well. But in this case, we know that Wham is out of food. Wham is struggling with regards to that. And Wham is making a market. He realizes he needs to buy some resources. With 1,800 gold, you're definitely going to need some resources. And, as we can see, the prices are all over the place. Now, the problem is, because Vortix is trading and delivery, he will now be able to replenish this army pretty quickly. But that was a really good fight for Wham. So Wham actually might have a shot at this. We'll see. HRE does what HRE does. Gets a keep. He's trying to get the keep a little bit more aggressively so that he can protect his wood line. And he can protect the next stone. Because with HRE right now, he knows he's in a position where Vortix might have more units than him. Because of the fact that he's trading. So he's going to try get a few keeps, go a little bit more forward, because HRE is pretty good at keeping keeps alive, because they can emergency repair and, you know, keep them alive. Now, this does get decapped, maybe. Are you going to stop it? No, definitely decapped. The horses does take a little bit of damage this night. I actually thought it would do... Oh, that's 30 damage per hit. That's the squishy-ass knight. Hot damn. He needs upgrades. Yes, no upgrades. I was wondering about that. The melee upgrades are so important at this point, especially with that amount of melee units that we're seeing from Vortix. So, the sofas are looking strong, looking scary, and that's why you need melee upgrades. I understand there are a lot of archers, but you need all of this. Oh, actually, he just needs everything. It's looking really scary, but honestly, Vortix putting himself in a really weird position, because as Malians, you don't need to go get food outside the base. You can make cows. You can put the cows in your base. You can get food from the cows. So right now he's just putting his villagers outside, maybe trying to get as much food before Wham starts to raid and use all his gold aggressively. So let's see if Wham can secure this deal. Wham's gold income is pretty good though. The fact that he has 4 relics is putting him in a pretty decent position. He's kind of forgotten about this one though. These knights trying to scare off this wall. They're like, hey, get down, brother. Get down. Gunther, yeah. I don't know what fight is in German. Goddamn. I really need to practice German again. He does get this though. Ooh, and apparently there's a fight breaking out. Mangonels. That's going to be a juicy hit. Are you going to... That's juicy. Oh, God, that's painful. That's painful. I would be a little bit scared. Wham needs to be very safe in this. He needs to attack move as much as he can. And the problem is, he does have a keep down here, but he's not fighting with a keep right now. And this outpost is only getting upgraded now. The Mangonel does get another shot off, and he's trying to protect the Mangonel, but that goes down as well. He needs to get in range of this keep, just so the keep that can help as well, but It looks like he's not that interested in fighting under the keep. He's not moving his units. I think he's feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything that's going on right now. And you can snipe these down. You need to snipe these down. Oh. Oh. Okay, he snipes them down just in time. But these guys are out for blood. So even though this tower just got its upgrade, it's not going to be standing around for too long. Wham needs to contest this. He needs to go in and just... Okay, we see the emergency repair coming out. Very smart move. And Vortix might lose quite a bit of army here. So Wham comes in. His army does look a little bit scary. He might be able to snipe these guys out, but he doesn't have a mangonel to take care of these clumped up boys. That would be pretty sweet. But Vortix also recapturing the sacred site. The thing is, there's a keep in the future, but there's also units there trying to stop it. Now, Vortix did lose a lot of units here, but again, with that income, with the fact that he has 2,000 gold per minute, without having any villagers invested into it, it does feel a little bit rough right now. So, Mangonel, are you going to get a good shot? Not really. These guys did not take too much damage. The tower goes down, and unfortunately, so does the army. Oh, the army is quite chunky. As we can see, all the H3 upgrades have come through. So these guys are taking quite a bit of damage without dying. So fight is Kampf. Okay, thank you. It sounds like camp though. Interesting. So Sofas, they are still scary. He has Sofas, and Sofas are the fear of many people. He needs to get those mangonel shots at the back. Even though the Sofas are the ones doing a lot of damage right now, you need to clean up these guys because they are just grinding through you. He does get that keep cancel over here because, you know, there's units. So you can't just push forward. But I am expecting Wham to put up a keep onto this side then. Because now is the time where you have a lot of villagers. And let's see, are you going to try and get a little bit of ground? He needs to find a way to protect this wood line as well. Right now this wood line is exposed. Especially from little raids. So, yes, that's exactly what he does. He gets his keep on this side of the map to protect the wood and protect the sacred site. But Vortix knows. Or maybe Vortix is just smelling it. He's like, is that a keep? Oh, ein Keep, yeah. Oh wait, it's Malians. Oh, these guys are in danger, but Wham cancels it. He's like, I am not going to fight that. They are going to get a free Springald. Rest in pieces, Springald. Rest in pieces. Unfortunately, Wham says, I still want to get that keep, so I'm just going to make sure that I capture the sacred site at the bottom. I just need the villagers, and actually, double keep coming up. But is it coming up? Mangonels hitting the Sofas, not doing too much damage, but they get the wall and back off. Just because they want to be safe. The second keep will come down, and this is going to be really good for Wham in terms of securing this beautiful sacred site victory. The knights, ooh, oh, horsemen. Oh, horsemen. The horsemen are coming in, they're gonna raid. And honestly, Wham held himself down quite a lot. Very nice. He held this game down. He did a good job here. I'm very surprised he's surviving this. And he's going to Imperial now as well. And Vortix cannot go into Imperial anytime soon. The problem for Vortix is right now, his food is super expensive. He needs to spend twice as much gold just to get enough food to age up as well. And if he ages up, he's going to die. Because he's not going to be making units. And the Elsbach comes out. TC comes out right on top of it, and he's securing that gold plus the stone, and this is starting to look like Wham's game, and only Wham. Now, Vortix knows he needs to attack this, because when your opponent just aged up, he just spent a ton of resources that you did not spend on anything except for army. So 2,700 gold, you don't want to float that many resources, but he also doesn't want to take a fight right now. Wham backs off, or he tries to back off. But Vortix is looking for blood. So, he gets more stone as well. Just trying to make sure that he can get another keep up. Or get some bombard towers according to Crackady's biggest nightmares. So, these archers are starting to do no damage to the Sofas, as we can see. They're trying their best, but these Sofas are quite tanky. So, one arrow just tickling a little bit here and there. But the horseman, he gets a decent shot off, but is this going to be enough? I feel like Vortix is sacrificing a little bit much here. Vortix is pushing all his units into the base, and Wham seems to be very alright fighting under his TC, but he's getting sloppy. Not... Oof. Idling the villages as well. This is not looking too good. The spearmen do have their upgrades, and soon enough, horsemen will too. So these guys at the top just getting all the resources they can, but Vortix is like, I'm in your base, and I'm delivering gold. And with that, we can see the resources leveling out, and finally, we will also be getting a cancel of an age up. Oh, Fortress of a Huntress, and he's putting it at the front. Paul, thank you for the sub, appreciate. So he's trying to get a little bit of control back of this map by putting this keep a little bit forward. But the thing is, Elsbach, you know, Elsbach is quite strong. I don't think you want to contest this one. I would rather have said he should have tried to secure a different one as well. But it might just be because he's slowly going to try to siege this one down with a few trebuchets. But right now, this is looking like Wham is in trouble. Although Vortix is not really getting significant damage done. He's just killing army. And he's not getting the TC down. He's not really doing much of anything. He's idling the TC. But he should be able to emergency repair this TC as well. So Wham is idling some things, but he's not really gaining any ground with this. Oh, yeah. And the emergency repair comes through, the units come through as well, and he will be chasing Vortix away. Wham actually looking pretty decent this game. Hot damn, Wham. He hasn't been doing too well in the last few weeks compared to Vortix, but this is looking pretty clean. Oh, clean. This is looking pretty good. Especially against the Malian power spike right now. The fight doesn't go completely his way, and we see 18 siege as well on top of that. That is going to be very painful to deal with. And it doesn't look like he has the siege to back this up with. Those springalds are just going to go right through these mangonels, and that's why the mangonel is idle right now. He's not sure what to do with it, because the moment those springalds see it, they're going to take it down. He knows that. He knows that he's moving it back. Emergency repair almost up again. He needs to take down these springalds, otherwise he's dead as well. At the top, though, he hasn't captured the sacred site for some reason. And this is something you definitely need to do. I mean, it's not gonna... The gold you get from it is negligible, but he didn't use emergency repair over there. Wham! Falling apart. I jinxed him, didn't I? I think I jinxed him, yes. Unfortunately, Wham. I'm sorry. That's my fault. The upgrades. Looking good. Blacksmith coming through. Slowly but surely. Getting in. Not looking at Beastie? No. That's on EGC TV today. So we'll give them the first Beastie game, but we'll watch the one after that. So, oof. Okay. He's starting to gain a little bit more ground, and Vortix actually says, I'm going to your base. Hello. Now, we can see that Wham is... He's aware. He needs to take these down, but honestly, he just can't get through to them. Ooh! The beautiful Culverin shot, just taking down one springald, but these springalds are looking for blood, and they might get it. These horses... Let's see. Oh! Wham says, hey, I could actually work on these. Even though it's not, like, you know, it's not the best time to do it now. It's not like he can do anything else right now. That's his choice. He has the choice of shutting this down with his units because they're not doing anything inside his base. He just needs to stay alive, and he needs to make sure that Vortix cannot produce at the same rate that he's producing. But I don't think there's any way he can shut this down. Even if he kills a bunch of these, he can remake these with one delivery. It's... At this point, the trade is just snowballing too hard, and he can just reinforce these units non-stop. Let's quickly look at the gold here as well. 130. Ooh. He definitely spent a lot of this on food, but the wood has equalized quite a bit. Now, Vortix is in his base. In his base, in his face, and unfortunately, I don't think Wham is going to survive this one. Vortix's eco is just too strong. And once the upgrades come through for Vortix as well, which I'm surprised he hasn't really invested into because he's always been floating quite a bit. Let's see. He's getting his... And this thing does not have boiling oil. You have all these keeps and they don't have boiling oil. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't seem to know that. So maybe he assumed. So these bombards. Oof. Bombards looking scary. Oh, but you don't want to fight against under the tower. That's not going to be a good idea for you, Mr. Vortix. Piece by piece, his units take a little bit of a beating, but not too much. Still pretty healthy. Let's see if there's going to be a follow-up from this. Nope. Wham does not have any other moves going on. Wham is focused on this. I mean, I think he's a little bit scared right now. What's quite interesting, as you guys can see, because Vortix is solely focused on trading, he doesn't really care about the food or anything right now. We can see he doesn't even have eco upgrades. He's currently just focused on getting his trade going and making sure that it's nice and healthy. But Wham needs to do something. He needs to find a way to shut something down, because right now these guys are just slowly pushing into your base and the resources are unlimited. So Wham's eco, isn't it stronger right now? The fact that he has 4 relics is great for him, but no, because his resources are finite. Vortix is controlling the map. So while his income is a lot, or not a lot, but it is more, Vortix is consistently getting free resources. Wham can go in, shut this down. Really good key placement as well. But things are going to start running out. He's just pushed him off of wood. The wood is running out. Now you're going to have the issue of these guys in your base. So that's exactly what's happening right now. The guys are in his base. And slowly he's going to be able to push forward. And you can see with the higher value... I don't know. I feel like in the long run, this is pretty even. It can still go both ways. But I think if Vortix makes a move and can shut down a little bit of trade yet again, then definitely. But I think Vortix still has the slight edge. He doesn't have the stone to deal with this right now. And this is good. Because this is now, even though it's just the sacred site, it means he's making a move. So I want to see him make another move. Even if he just keeps this for a few seconds, it's going to force Vortix to move. You need to keep your opponent moving, because right now your opponent is trading, he's getting all these free resources, and you are not. You're running out of resources. The gold is about to go out. The golds, he's got them up here as well, but you're also going to get to a point where the gold is finished, and then what? Are you going to start making traders? So I think they kind of forgot about the 5th relic. That's the only thing that makes sense. Ooh, and right now the Culverins are trying their best to get the Springhalds down too, but... Yes, actually, is this the fight that brings Wham to the end? Let's see. Wham does clean up. Oh no, apparently that keep made a very, very big difference. And Vortix not keeping his control of the base. Let's see. Apparently a straight up fight is all he needed. Apparently HRE late game is just HRE late game. Vortix definitely, I don't know. That feels very strange. The fact that he's losing this. I can see Wham also putting a little bit of pressure down here and making a few rams because they're costing almost nothing. And the fact that Vortix just doesn't have the army. What happened to your army, Vortix? Did you just decide to stop making them? Is it the fact that you have 130 economy? Is that the problem that you had that last fight? That might be the case. So, apparently Beastie Cutie winning 2-0. That's a good sign. Alright, and guys, this is still the first game. So Vortix versus Wham. Let's get this game to the end. Vortix makes the defensive keep. You can call this the GG keep. With 20 army, that's the GG keep, unfortunately. And HRE just doing what HRE does. Beastie? Do you have... Oh, floating hand. Floating hand. Is your next game gonna be... Wham? Actually... Sorry?
Were you casting that one?
Yes, I was catching this one because I don't...
Were you watching the other one?
Yeah, I was watching... No. I heard that you were destroying, by the way.
I was steering, he was trading.